Hi friends, this is Reverend Carrie. This Sunday is Family Sunday. And I did a children's time for the worship service for Family Sunday, but I actually had so much stuff I wanted to put in it that I didn't get it all in. So I'm doing a separate video to include a lot more of the stuff that I wanted to put into the children's time. I've been thinking a lot about family, and because it's Family Sunday, and I was thinking about when I was a kid. I found a storybook, and at the back of the book there was a family tree where you could fill in all of your family tree. And they had spots for your name and your parents and your grandparents and aunts and uncles and cousins. And I was so excited I wanted to fill in this family tree. But you know what? I was really disappointed when I started because my family didn't quite fit. A long time ago, when I was little, my great uncle offered to be our grandpa because my grandpas had died before I was born. And on this family tree, there was no place for my great uncle who was my grandpa. And then on one side of my family, I have 2 aunts and uncles. On the other side, I have 11. There was no way for the family tree to have lots on one side and not on the other. It was like they thought all families were exactly the same. But we know they're not, right? So during the week, what I did is I went on Facebook and I asked people to share with me about families, what their families look like. And I got so many responses that there were too many to share in children's time in our worship service, but I would really like to share them with you. One person shared with me that in Eswatini, formerly Swaziland, kids call their mom's big sisters their big mother, and their mom's little sisters their little mother. Did you know that? It's a little bit like when we call someone auntie or uncle, but they're not related to us. Like, it's having a different name for somebody than what we usually would think, right? And often those don't fit in a pre-written family tree. So I want to share with you all of the, or at least most of the stories that people sent to me on Facebook about what their families are like. And I thought I would put them on the wall and create a bit of a family tree. And I realized I don't have my tape with me. Here's my tape. I should say this is special tape. It doesn't take the paint off the wall. First of all, my mother was an only child but grew up very close to her cousin. So we call her Aunt Vivian. What does this heart say? I was proudly single for a long time, and I think about how families look now. Because while I'm married to a man, he's older than me, and the children in our family are at very different age stages. Some would possibly think that their dad is their grandfather, which fascinates me, but I love the way we are family. Our family gained Sharon, my host daughter, from India for a year through a learning and service program. We learned so much from each other and have many special memories. I hope we can visit her in India someday. What else do we have here? I have 8 sons, 4 through birth and 4 more. These 4 have been friends of my sons, and over the years they became part of the family. I wonder if any of you have friends who've become part of your families. Let's try a pink one. I'm a woman without children, but I still have family. I care for my piano students and my neighbors in my building who need me. I hold them close to my heart and help out where I can with a warm meal and a listening ear. Oh, it's taken a very long time for me to accept that I've had many mothers for short periods of time. And at times, I've been a motherless daughter. but I've learned from each mother, loved and been loved by each, but also said goodbye to each. Sometimes it's hard in families. Our family is me, my partner, our roommate, and our cat Violet. We don't have a label for our roommate. She's not a partner or a sibling. She's our family. I'm a Canadian mom to a couple of young adults who have immigrated to Canada from Brazil. They call me Tia or Auntie. I love them to bits. That's great that they can have a Tia in Canada. My grandparents often had one or more people living with them when I was growing up. Often they were students, but one housemate was particularly special. Abdi Ali, or Marcus, came to live with my grandparents as a refugee from Somalia by way of Russia. He stayed for some time, working several jobs, learning English, and always sending money to his wife and children back in Djibouti. In a refugee camp, he became part of the family, teasing and supporting us just like an uncle. I still remember so clearly the day his family arrived in Winnipeg after 8 years of not seeing each other. We had a big family welcome party, and we were excited and nervous to meet our Somali cousins. I bet those cousins were excited to meet them too. These people who had been taking care of their family member. We are a foster family and an adoptive family. Every person in our family has different parents. In our home, we say that we chose our family. I'm single and don't have kids, but that doesn't really describe my life or my family. I'm surrounded by amazing people, many of whom I call family. I have many children in my life. I am part of family events with them, celebrate milestones, hang out with no plans, and share with each other. And it goes both ways. I'm a part of their life and they're a part of mine. Well, that sounds beautiful. We have two families that are our closest friends with no relation. One family calls us Uncle Josh and Aunt Beck. The other family calls us Mama Beck and Papa Josh. And our kids do the same for them. Well, that's fun. Makes their family a lot bigger. Oh, let's try the orange one. My little sister with big brothers and big sisters is part of my family. She was so excited to have a sister when we started meeting. I know and love her whole family, and she's come along with my family on day trips too. I can't imagine life without her. One of my closest friends and I have learned to know each other as family. It's taken us a long time to realize that we really are family. But we know each other now as adopted or chosen sisters. Well, isn't that beautiful? Church family has always been another extended family for me. I love that as I've moved from one community to another, I've always been able to find a place to call home and people to call family. That's just beautiful. If you're far from your family that you were born with, you can find family in your church family, even if you're close to the family you were born with. Our family has 2 moms and a baby. We call ourselves the 3 Bears. I am grateful for my pandemic family. As a person living alone, I get to be together with just one other household. So neighbors who had become friends have now become family. I have 5 families. The family whose DNA I share, none of whom I know. The family who adopted me, who fed, clothed, and loved me, who raised me, and who calls me their own. My in-law family, the family I married into and whose DNA my children share. My church family. These people share my faith, encourage my journey, and answer my questions when I struggle. And then my chosen family. These are friends who my children call auntie and uncle and who are always there when we need help. That's lots of families. I wonder how many of us actually have more than one family, if we sit and think about it. Oh, our cats are a huge part of our family. Wow, check out this family tree. That's pretty amazing. Whoop, one's taking a tumble. Oh, here's a good spot. I wonder if you might like to make your own family tree. When I was a kid, the picture that I had filled in all the places where you were supposed to put family members' names, but we have a great book at our house. It looks like this. And it just says, "Who do you love?" Write their names in the leaves of this family tree. So maybe you want to create your own family tree. Just draw a trunk, and then you could add branches or leaves, hearts even, and just put everybody that you love, everybody who is family or like family for you, who takes care of you and supports you and who you spend time with. And they can be your aunts and uncles and grandparents, but they can also be your piano teacher or a mentor or friends who are like family or cats and dogs or fish or turtles. Anyone who you think is part of your family. I think it could make a pretty amazing family tree. So we give thanks on Family Sunday for all of our families, whatever their shape and whatever their size. All of them are beautiful in the family of God. See ya.